super excited today to spend some time with the future star of the AFL. Super talented Glenelg Jr., bottom age, under 18 player, an absolute legend of a guy, Ashton Moir. Thanks for giving me some time today, mate.
Thanks for having me on.
Awesome. Alright, before we spend some time chatting about your football, I have a few things I want to discuss first. Let's start with your basketball. Holy hell, you can play. How good are your handles? To anyone watching, if you haven't seen the man handle a round ball, check out his Instagram. The man can play, can't he?
Yeah, I used to play basketball back in the day. All from under 8s to quit about 2 years ago or something now. So yeah, always as a point guard, always had to be able to handle the ball pretty decent. So yeah.
And good mates with Jerome Randall, aren't
Yeah, we've been pretty close with him since let's say I was 13 or something. You know, we used to go over to America and stay with him for a bit, and go to Sydney and stay with him. And he kind of took me under his wing, which was good. So I always helped me with my basketball and stuff, which is good.
Yeah, I've actually interviewed him. He's a legend.
Oh really? Yeah, he's a really good guy. Really good guy. Yeah.
So, you played for SA Metro in basketball, and as I already said, you were a huge talent. Was it hard to make the choice to go to footy?
Not really. I mean, I just come off an injury, like not like a major one or anything, but and I was just kind of thinking, and I was talking to my parents and like my brothers and mates and stuff, and just saying I didn't really give either sport a real good crack because I was always playing both. So I was kind of thinking, if I chose footy and gave it a real crack, I feel like I'd have more chance, going, making the bigger leagues. Then basketball, obviously you can go through the college programs, high school, and then obviously hopefully NBA. So I just thought it'd be more of a chance in the footy and hopefully make the AFL sometime. So yeah, I thought that was probably the wisest choice. So.
Yeah, I'm glad you played footy then. I also saw that you were mentored by the great man Jerome Randall. I have had the privilege of meeting and interviewing him. He was a legend both on and off the court. How big has he been in your development as a person and an athlete?
Oh, massive. So he's been one of my main role models. Since I was 13. So he's always taught me obviously good stuff on the basketball court, but mainly how to be a good guy, how to be approachable, how to talk to people properly, his manners right and all that kind of stuff. So he's always someone I've looked up to, and trying to make me a better person, not only just a better basketballer, but a better person.
He's just an absolute legend.
Yeah, absolute legend. Yeah, and also he's got a bit of humour too. So,
he's
quite funny. Yeah.
Did you have a chat to him about the possibility of giving up your basketball?
I did, yeah. So it wasn't. I talked to him the day that I quit basketball, and I let all my coaches know. And he was always supportive of me. So he supported the decision, which is good. So he told me he always saw it coming. He always knew that deep down I was a footballer. So as my mum and dad as well. So he was always supportive of me about it and stuff, and said always give him a call no matter what, because obviously he's always there for me, not just in basketball, but just there, as a role model for me. So always I can go back to him, talk to him about, problems or anything I need to get off my chest and stuff. So, which is always good.
Was he a bit disappointed about the decision?
Not really, which is actually kind of good. So, as I was saying before, he always thought that I was a footballer. So, yeah, he's gonna keep in contact with my brother, because my brother thinks he'll stay for basketball. So, yeah.
Okay, let's move to footy, because geez, the future looks bright. Where did you play your junior career, and have you always been one of the better players in the comp? Come on, no being humble here.
Nah, so I played junior footy always at Plimpton since under 8s, and it's kind of hard to say if it was one of the better players, in the league, because our team was very good. We were a very strong junior club. I think we went into 3 grand finals straight or something. I think we won 1 or 2. I actually don't really remember, but the league at that time was really, really good. Obviously, it's kind of difficult saying it when we're that young. But yeah, it was always a few standout players. People who kind of matured early, who with bulldozers and all that kind of stuff. So but no, I wouldn't really say he was probably one of the better players in the league. I'd just say it's more like a team thing, more team orientated with the coaches and stuff. So yeah.
Being a bit humble here, are you?
I kind of have to be, yeah.
Now, let's settle a little thing. You're a right footer, aren't you? I mean, come on, Ashton. Who actually kicks as well from 50 on both feet? How hard have you worked on that aspect? Because that is just crazy.
So with the both feet stuff, I've always, so my mum used to do taekwondo. She always had to do both feet stuff, and Dad, when he was playing footy, he would always kick both feet as well. So they kind of drilled into me, make sure you always do both feet stuff. Ever since I was young, it's 6, 7 years old, always both feet left, right, so it's just become second nature. So it's just become like just a normal thing now. So, yeah.
Give me the little secret, which one you actually prefer?
Literally either. I honestly don't doesn't bother me at all, so it's always helpful for these things.
That is pretty impressive, mate. Your under 18 season for Glenelg was unbelievable for a bottom major. 10 games, 30 goals, 3 bags of 4 and 2 bags of 5, with an average of 16 possessions a game. You have to be happy with that year.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with it because obviously it was my first year with an actual pre-season as well, because obviously with basketball it kind of interrupted it. So it was always good to get a good pre-season and get the confidence up and get out here and do as well as I can. So hopefully next year be able to take it up to the next level. Hopefully get some time through the midfield and get those possessions up or something. Kick a few more goals or something. So yeah, always room for improvement. But yeah, pretty happy with this year. So yeah,
it's going to be awesome to watch next year. What goals do you have for SANFL next year? Looking to get up against the men, maybe?
Yeah, hopefully. So next year, I'd start I'm starting off with little goals. So hopefully I want to get out to the league pre-season, which would be good. Get amongst the bigger bodies, and hopefully throughout the year, get a few Resi's games, and hopefully, obviously it's pushing it a little bit, but hopefully maybe get one league game or something. It'd be pretty difficult. The Glenelg team at the moment, it's a pretty good team. So, but yeah, hopefully get a few Resi's games, and obviously just win the flag for the 18s. That's the real deal. So hopefully we'll get that done.
That would just be awesome, wouldn't it?
Well, so good going back to back. So yeah.
Great. You had a fantastic chance, mate, kicking 4 goals against WA, probably being the standout. How do you think your chance went from your point of view?
Yeah, so I didn't play the first 2 or 3 games. For the States against Vic Country, Allies, and I think there was one other team, I forgot what it was. But so after playing the Vic Metro game and stuff, I didn't really, confidence was a little bit down because obviously it wasn't one of the best games of all time. But the WA game, obviously, which is the one that happened to kick 4, it boosted my confidence up a little bit, which is good. So always just thought, oh shit, how am I going to go here? After not playing a great game, just think after kicking 4 really boosted the confidence up a bit. Thinking, I can really match it, at this level and stuff. So that's why I was kind of happy with it and all that stuff. So yeah.
How can you not get a bit of confidence after kicking 4? A couple of little questions about the champs. Who was the hardest player you came up against?
Or obviously playing against 2 really good teams. Obviously Vic Metro, best in Australia, and WA, who ended up beating us. There wasn't really, I'd say, a standout player because they were all really good players. Obviously being able to represent their state and being able to play a certain position, starting that position. So there wasn't really a standout player, but they were all very tough to play against. They were hard at the footy, They know how to play football, basically. They're really good at it. So, yeah, it wasn't because I don't really know a lot of the players as well. So, yeah, it wasn't really a standout. But obviously, very good players. So.
Bit nervous before the game?
Very nervous. Yeah, obviously, because I haven't played state footy before. The last one was in under 12s. So that's why it brings that extra bit of nerves. So, it's always good though. It just shows care and stuff. And they're not really well. So,
yeah. All right. What did you take away from the chance?
Obviously, after having a decent game against WA, I kind of took away that I can match it against these guys, and just how much work it needs to be put in to get to that level, and take that another step to be able to play really well and dominate those kind of games. So just how much work and effort you need to put off season, out of the games, and then in game and stuff. So run harder, sprint, because it's really fast.
Yes.
That stuff. So be able to take it, that speed from Sandfield level to up to state level. It's pretty difficult. So just got to make sure mental's right and always work hard outside of the game and inside the game. So yeah.
Yeah. Who were you like? Wow, that guy was amazing.
Will Ashcroft. Oh, he's unbelievable. Yeah. I saw a lot of his highlights on baseline footy and YouTube. I was watching all his highlights and all of that. So
freak, isn't he?
Absolute freak. I remember there was this one goal he kicked. It was obviously against us, SA, and it was a clearance on their 50. He's came in and he's cleaned it up perfectly and he's kicked a goal for 50. And I was like, that was that moment. I was like, oh my god, like he's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a freak. Who from SA were you really impressed with going into this year's draft?
This year's draft, Jacob Ryan, of course. One of my best mates. He's so good. He's probably one of the most dedicated blokes I've met. He always does the extra stuff outside of footy, the rolling out, the recovery stuff, and going out for runs, going to the gym heaps. And he's just, because last year he told me himself, he wasn't he was getting a few games for Glenelg, and being able to make that drastic improvement to be able to be, I personally say, the best SA player this year is really good for him. So
it's been great, hasn't he?
Unbelievable, yeah.
What bottom ages in SA should I be keeping my eyes on?
I'd probably say Will Patton. I reckon, Will Patton, one of my good mates over at Sacred Heart as well, plays out at Westies. Really good player. Lockdown defender, can play loose, intercept marks, got a really good left foot kick. And I'd say he's a really good player to look out for next year. So
yeah, I'll be keeping my eye on him
for sure.
Now, unless you live under a rock, Ashton, you would have heard the talk about you, a future #1 contender. Does this put pressure on you, or does it just push you to keep improving? Maybe both.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so obviously it's a bit of pressure. Having articles and all that written this early, without this year's draft happening already. But I don't really read into that stuff a lot because obviously it's a long way away. So I don't want to get my mind put up on it and stuff. So, but yeah, it does motivate me a lot because if I think about it as if my name drops, what I mean, going from future, hopefully #1, and then drops down to possibly not getting drafted, what I mean. So that's why it always motivates me to keep working hard. Go to the gym, run that extra rep or something, just little things. So that's why it's kind of good. Obviously, a lot of pressure comes with it, but no, I like that pressure, so it's good.
It must be cool. You could brag about it to people.
No, not at all. Nah, my mates give me a lot of shit for it though. But
What?
yeah, no, it's a good thing though. It's a bit of banter and all of that stuff, but that just that stuff motivates me a bit more. So it's always good. I love it. It's always good.
That is good. Let's tell people why you are possible #1 next year. You're a future star. Clubs will be drooling over you. A guy who can move with such agility. You're versatile, you move like a rover, and club marks like a kick forward. You somehow kick so well on each foot, no one can tell your preferred foot. You kick goals for fun, and you're a hard-working athlete and genuinely a great guy. So with all these traits, what are you looking to improve on in this draft year?
So one of the main things I really want to improve on is just my endurance, that kind of stuff. So and cardio and all that stuff, because at the moment I've been playing that half forward role. Later in the game, so going deep a bit. So I want to improve, my running stuff, and so I can go through the midfield. So then it hopefully boosts draft stocks. Be able to play, that mid forward role and stuff. So I reckon that'd be, obviously improving as well, my clearance work. Being able to read the ball off the tap and all that stuff. So I reckon that stuff would really help my game. So
it'd just be awesome to see you running through the midfield.
Yeah, it'd be really good. Yeah.
Great. Okay, so great forward and goal kicker, but with your skills, are there any thoughts of moving into the midfield? Because you could be a Bontempelli, I think.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, actually, I've always wanted to play midfield. I've played midfield, through my junior years, up until I was 16. I got through down to the back line. But yeah, I wouldn't mind going back there. Hopefully, grow, say up another 2 or 3 centimeters, and hopefully get to that. I won't get to that Bont height or the Cripps height, but just be a bigger body midfielder, which would be good. And a lot of the basketball stuff really helps, with the inside work, the decision making stuff. So I reckon it'd be really good to go to the midfield at some point, next year. So hopefully sometime in the future and stuff. So yeah.
I reckon you're going to be a star. Okay, so let's talk about the next year. Do you set small goals along the way, or are you just the sort of guy that has the draft as a goal and keep working hard for that?
Yeah, well, obviously, I'm sure every footballer, has that, major goal to get drafted. But I've been talking about Dad heaps. Me and Dad, we have a pretty big relationship. We always just talk about the process more. The outcome is the draft. So hopefully, the name gets read out draft night. But I just think about the process more. Little goals. At the moment, I'm just recovering from injury. Just little goals, just get through that. Keep staying strong, keep staying fit. And then, next goal, get the pre-season, let's say, get a 6:42K, you know what I mean? The first game, just work as hard as you can, see how it goes. Just little goals like that. So then, hopefully next year, I'd say, make a state squad again. Say make that state squad, little goal. Hopefully get the leadership group in that state squad. Like, little goals, and hopefully the process helps the outcome. So.
Yeah. So you said you got a little bit of an injury. How's that going?
Yeah, no, going really well. So got to the doctor this week. I'm getting all clear, so it's going alright, which is good. So yeah,
it's great to hear, mate. Okay, let's find out about you a little bit more. What do you like to do in your spare time?
I love hanging out with the boys. We always, go out do so. I play 44 home base or something, or go out and shoot some hoops at Brighton Primary, or we love a bit of PlayStation as well. Jump on Fall Guys or a bit of Fortnite. We love a bit of Fortnite. Either just hang out with the boys, chilling out with the family, or just hanging out with the missus. So yeah, it's always just chill out like that. So yeah, it's good.
It's always good to hang out with friends, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
What do you like as a student?
Actually not that bad. I would say grades are looking actually pretty decent at the moment, especially year 12. Going to have to put in that little bit more effort. So not too bad, getting a couple of A's, a couple of B's, so going decent, yeah.
A few exams coming up?
Yeah, which is pretty annoying. Not looking forward to that, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it.
That's good, mate. If you get to travel, where would you go?
I'd probably say go back to America. I went there when I was in year 9, so I'd love to go back there again. It was unbelievable. So just go down to Los Angeles or New York or something. So
America's great, isn't it?
So good, love it.
Watch a basketball game down there?
Oh, for sure, yeah. Watch the basketball, NFL, and all that kind of stuff. So maybe a boxing match if it's down there or something. That'd be cool.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
A few small footy questions. Who do you barrack for?
West Coast.
West Coast?
Yeah.
Not too happy with them this year?
We were due for a rebuild pretty soon, so I'm sure the next few years will be fine. So yeah.
How do you feel about Kennedy retiring?
I'm devastated, absolutely devastated. He was so good. It was good to see him go on 8-goal game, so it's good for him, mate.
It was a good game for him.
Yeah, for sure.
Your number one footy trait in your eyes?
I'd probably say my kicking, being able to kick on both feet and stuff would probably be my number one trait, I reckon. So yeah.
It's a pretty good one. You can have a player to call over for dinner. Who would you call them?
Nick Nat, Louis.
Nick Nat.
Nick Nat. I love Nick Nat. I've loved Nick Nat since I was 5 years old. Loved him. He's been my favourite player.
Yeah. Think his brains too?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I love him. Always have. I bought dreads off eBay.
Oh.
Just wear the dreads every now and then with the fucking little West Coast game. I'll wear the dreads with his Guernsey. So yeah, I love him.
Would be awesome. You're directly in front of goal, 40 metres out. Which leg are you kicking?
This is going to sound really weird. So, well, first of all, I haven't really had a goal directly in front in a long time. So, but basically, if I'm directly in front, it'll depend on what leg I kicked off last. I know that sounds really weird, but so let's say my last possession was out here and it kicked on the right foot, and I was directly in front, got a free kick or something. I'd go on the left foot.
Oh yeah.
It's a weird one.
Just a bit more comfortable.
Yeah. Just get kind of even out. Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, Ashton, you're a dead set legend, mate. I've loved catching up with you, and I can't wait to watch you next year. Book me in for a chat next year, mate.
For sure. Thanks for having me on, mate.
Great to chat.
Great to chat.